Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Shib Kai. Apple prohibits the purchase of Shiba Inu coins. In this video, we'll discuss how Apple prevents consumers from purchasing Shiba Inu coins. According to Coinbase, Apple wants to impose a 30% tax on any gas fees related to NFT transfers made through the wallet app, but Coinbase says this isn't feasible. To view our most recent information on Shiba Inu price forecasts and expert analysis, please remember to give the channel a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe. Let's start the movie and see what Shiba Inu is up to on December 3. Shiba Inu's price is at an inflection point and might soon cause an enormous bullish surge that could assist people at 35% to 0.000125. And the price of Shiba Inu has a refreshingly bright outlook. This move has a high likelihood of happening for two reasons. Shiba Inu's price is sitting at a monthly support level of 0.00000933. The likelihood that Shib will take off from here is also high because this barrier is robust enough to resist 4 bearish attempts. This view is supported by the well-known momentum indicator relative strength index, which has generated a bullish divergence, a phenomenon that occurs when momentum rises, but the market movement does not reflect it. A trend reversal in favor of bulls is the outcome of this technical formation, so investors should watch. Or the next significant hurdle at 0.000127 for the Shiba Inu price to retest. This move would represent a 35% gain. However, turning the same level into a support floor would allow Shib to tag the 0.000202 hurdle during this run-up, which could result in a 124% gain for investors. In contrast to the original Memo Coin's condition, the 124% upswing forecast for the Shiba Inu price is not out of the question. Shib must maintain above the 0.00000933 support level on the monthly time frame. A breakdown of this level on a high time frame chart would cause buyers to lose interest and possibly offload their holdings, triggering a sell-off. Such a development could push Shiba Inu's price to 0.0000689. However, in order for Shib tokens to catch up to the US dollar, they would need to eclipse their previous trading level by more than 10,800,000%. The most crucial of the 5 requirements for Shib is the impending release of Shibarium, a layer 2 blockchain that would drastically reduce transaction costs. Although Ethereum is a very reliable network, its popularity tends to slow down processing times and increase transaction costs. Shiba Inu is an ERC20 currency that is based on the Ethereum blockchain. In order to achieve the project's goals for blockchain-based gaming, Shiba Inu is essential to significantly reducing these fees. Second, although expanding upon the first, is the eventual introduction of games powered by non-fungible tokens. Third, Shiba Inu will need to see a significant increase in merchant acceptance, even though developers are primarily focused on the eventual launch of Shibarium and the potential for Shib within the metaverse. However, Shiba Inu must gain real-world utility to put a floor beneath its token price. This is because the ability to own one's creations and buy or sell NFTs on marketplaces could make these transactions prohibitively expensive until Shibarium is launched and transaction fees are significantly reduced. There would need to be a substantial coin burn to lower the estimated 549 trillion in outstanding tokens if Shiba Inu were to soar to $1.00 forth. Based on coin market cap. Last but not least, Shiba Inu would require a historic level of support and buzz on social media message boards to moonshot more than 10,800,000% in 2023, according to Etherscan, with more than 1.25 million wallets holding Shib coins. In 2021, Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin sent more than 410 trillion Shib to a dead blockchain address, drastically reducing this. A similar amount of coin burn would almost certainly be required to move the needle in 2023. Fifth, the great majority of these individuals will need to be active on social media in order to garner support for a resource that has shown how effective FOMO can be. With 375,655 Shib burned and 6 transactions completed in the last 7 days, Shiba Inu's burn rate has increased by about 36% in the past day. 50 transactions were made and 126,452,790 Shib tokens or burned. This is less than the previous week when 223,264,370 SHIB tokens were destroyed on December 3rd. SHIB was trading at 0.000093, somewhat lower than the past day following a recovery from lows of 0.000081 on November 22. SHIB has continued to consolidate, and as the days pass, the range it's tighter, which could indicate a move, though it's unclear how big. Before the major shift in February, Shiba Inu announced its merging with the Italian burger joint WHALES. According to a blog post, the DAO model was recommended to allow the community to participate in decision-making. The daily RSI has flattened, increasing the likelihood of consolidation. Community members were asked to select the best interior design from a sample of 3 concepts provided by the partner design firm Mushipasio for the interior of future franchise locations during the recent launch of WHALES' decentralized organizational group, DOG, in late November, which served as a test of the DAO model. Future choices made for the WHALES community will use the DOG model. These choices will include things like franchise locations, store design, menu selections, and packaging. Furthermore, the Shiba Inu community will utilize a separate DAO to determine the most effective use of assets given to Shiba Inu holders, which will represent 15% of future net store revenues. As you may have noticed, Apple's strict new NFT restrictions, which were made public in October, have prevented Coinbase's Wallet iOS app from supporting NFT transactions. Is because Apple blocked our most recent app release until we disabled the feature. The account for Coinbase Wallet posted on Thursdays. The NFTs are subject to a steep 30% transaction tax on Apple's mobile app store. Even if they aren't officially forbidden, developers will have their apps removed from the store if they cannot comply with that criterion. According to Coinbase, Apple wants to charge a 30% fee on any gas fees, as in fees associated with Ethereum network transactions associated with NFT transfers carried out through the wallet app. But Coinbase claims that this isn't possible. This is obviously not conceivable according to anyone who is familiar with how blockchains and NFTs operate. According to Coinbase, even if we wanted to, we couldn't comply because Apple's proprietary in-app purchase mechanism doesn't handle cryptocurrency. A price known as gas is charged for each transaction a user does on the Ethereum network, even if they're moving an asset like an NFT to another wallet. The network cannot function without these fees. However, they are more intricate than a flat rate and are not under the jurisdiction of a single organization. The cost of gas measured in GUI, but paid for in ETH, varies according to the activity on the Ethereum network and the effectiveness of a smart contract's code. Additionally, more experienced users can choose to pay more to move their transactions up the list. These limitations on its mobile application have angered Coinbase, which compares Apple's action to Apple wanting to take a piece of fees for every email that gets sent via open internet protocols. Apple's controversial in-app purchase tax has angered many cryptocurrency supporters, including Tim Sweeney, CEO of Epic Games, who launched a lawsuit to contest Apple's regulations and said the tech giant must be stopped. Similar tactics have been used by Ryan Wyatt, a former YouTube executive and current CEO of Polygon Studios, who has referred to Apple's 30% tax as criminal. Wyatt claims that the computer giant's stranglehold on the industry will permanently impede technological innovation. Twitter's billionaire CEO, Elon Musk, had previously voiced concerns that Apple will ban the social media platform from its retail locations. That concludes today. Don't forget to give Apple's CEO Tim Cook a huge thumbs up. Musk and Cook spoke on Wednesday, and Cook apparently allayed Musk's anxieties. To view our most recent content, please share and subscribe to the channel.